Hey, boys and girls, I'll be starting today's episode with a quote by Chris Butler that says, "Trust is earned when actions meet words." Okay? On that note, welcome back to the Typical Adult Podcast. This is episode 10, and I'm so glad to still be here talking to you guys on a wonderful Friday. I think this is the second Friday of August, right? Yeah, so welcome back, guys. So what's up, guys? What has been happening with you guys? What have you been doing? What have you been up to? It's a Friday, and I hope that your week is going well or has gone by well, depending on how or where you're at in your week, since not everybody works Monday to Friday. But yeah, what's been going on with you guys? For me, apart from getting locked out of my apartment yesterday for like 20 minutes and looking at the pictures from the KD Lagos wedding, and obviously doing a bunch of other things that I'm responsible for, basically being an adult, I decided to try out Kale. So I've been drinking Kale since Monday. On Sunday, I went and bought Kale, and I decided to try it out because I went to someone's house, and then she kind of talked about, taking green smoothie, and in it she puts like kale and any fruit she likes, and puts like lemon and even adds pepper, which just sounds weird to me because I cannot have pepper in my smoothie. No, like I'm a Yoruba girl, but I think that's where I draw the line. In a smoothie, no. Apparently, it's a thing that people do. But anyway, I decided to just try the smoothie, just green smoothie, just see what that would look like because I avoid kale. Usually I just have it, I see it in like salads and stuff, and I tried it at some point, I think 2019, and it wasn't just working for me, so I stopped. But I said, let me try again. Maybe I just didn't know what to do right. So I decided to buy it. I bought it and I put it in the blender on Monday, day one. I put it in the blender and I put the banana inside. I put some lemon and I blend it all. You guys, the only thing that was left for me, or the few things I just needed to just add, was I should just make begiri and make amala. I already had stew in the fridge, so the entire thing would just be complete. Because I don't know why the spoon was looking like a wedu. Like it just was not blending, and I had to pretty much just chew leaves while I was supposedly drinking smoothie, and that was not nice. So I said, okay, it's day one. Maybe I just enjoy it, right? So day two, I decided to add almond milk to it. Yeah, there was no difference. I was still taking a wedu. I was still drinking a wedu. And so day three, the same thing. And today I said, okay, let me just, go Google and see what do people do. Because I see people have green smoothies and their blenders kind of do the job nicely. And, it doesn't look like they're drinking vegetable soup. I don't know. Anyway, I saw someone say blend your kale first and then add your banana later when you think it's like smooth enough. So I decided to try that today, and it was way better than what I've been taking. So yeah, just a tip for anyone who cares about drinking green smoothie. I mean, I don't know for how long I would keep this up because it pretty much depends on how I feel on Monday or on the weekend. The day I feel like stopping, I'll stop. That's just the truth. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, if you're interested in that. And yeah, today's song of the week would be this song by who now? So it's a Disney song. I guess it's like a cartoon song. I know some people will be very surprised that I brought a song from cartoon or from, well, is it cartoon now? Yes, cartoon now. It's Raya and the Last Dragon. So if you have watched that, I did not watch it. I'm just telling the truth. I just saw the song and I liked the song and I picked the song. So it's Trust Again. Okay, it's from the movie, I guess, or inspired by the movie. I'll have the link in the description box. I know some people will be really happy that I brought a song from a cartoon because they know I really do not watch cartoons. At the moment, at least, I don't really watch them. Maybe at some point in the future I would start. At least right now, I'm under no obligation to watch them. So yeah, that's the song of the week. Trust Again, inspired by the movie Raya and the Last Dragon. It'll be in the description box. I picked this song because it kind of just ties into what we're talking about today. I'll share a short story. I drove to the dollar store to get stuff, like I know it was last month, but I don't know when. Maybe at the beginning or in the middle, somewhere last month. I'm pretty sure it's up to like 3 or 4 weeks ago now because it's been a while. But yeah, I went to the store to get stuff, and as I got out of my car, I approached the door, and then there's this little girl that just ran towards me. She ran towards me, and I just let her go in first because I was just like, okay, I don't know. Don't lie, look like maybe I stop you from pushing your mother or father, whoever it is that you're running after. Anyway, we get in, there's like the lobby where you use your hand sanitizer before you like go through the main door that gets you into the actual store. So I stopped because I was like, okay, I'll let me use the hand sanitizer. And then she waited. I was like, why is she waiting? Maybe she wants to use hand sanitizer too. But I finished using the hand sanitizer and then she opens the door for me. I'm like, why is she opening the door for me? This girl looked like she was like maybe 5 or 7 max. 7 max. I mean, she's really short. Or she was really short. However, I would say that. But yeah, opened the door and I walked in because I was still looking like, okay, I don't know why this girl is opening the door for me, but okay. So I kind of stopped to see whether she would, shoo away. If she would go away and maybe go where she was going to, or she could be following me. Because my whole mind is just thinking, okay, why is this girl being this nice? Why is she opening the door for me? I don't know. Are you a bait? Do you want to ask me for money? Are you a bait? Things like all sorts of things are just going through my head. She walked away. She walked into some other aisle. I don't know. I knew the aisle I was going to. I did not go there because I was like, this aisle looks like the store where this girl is going to. So I was pretty much just going around the store. I was going around the store for like till I saw that she was with an adult, and then I was like, okay, she's an adult. Maybe that's her dad or something. So I went and got what I wanted to get. But I was still kind of like walking out because I was just like, I don't know if these people are following me. I mean, I don't know. If you've been in Lagos traffic or if you've been in the markets in Lagos, which is where I grew up, and when little girls or little boys, basically children, when they run up to you, it's either they're asking you for money. When they even run up to you to just help you, they're either asking you for money or, they want to help you do something. Things like that. Some of these situations, they turn out to be really nice. And in other situations, they might just be bits to just, distract you and stuff. It's something that happens in Lagos normally. And because of that, I was just so worked up and anxious. And I didn't stop going around the store till I had nothing to buy apart from what I came to look for. I think it was just like toiletries I went to get from the store. And then I saw her at the register, the counter, going to pay without anybody. I was like, did the man leave her alone? Did the father leave her alone? Apparently, he had gone to go get something. I saw him approach. I saw him come back and I was like, so he just went to get something. Okay. So they finished paying and then they left. That was when I brought my leg to the register because I felt so stupid. But I was still like, I beg you, they must be doing something. They must be following me. They left. I waited. I didn't even go to the register until they left the store. I could see them from the window because it's like, it's just regular windows that are pretty transparent. They're big so you can see what's going on outside. So I stayed till I saw them get into their car and leave. Then I went to the register to pay. That's how messed up that was. So I finished and I got in my car. I was like, God forgive me. I just judge those people like that. I was just thinking, wow. So that whole experience just got me thinking about how I would think that I've gone past something and I'm probably still, dealing with it. So basically what I'm saying is I still have a bit of trust issue. Now there's a difference between being like really cautious and also being very, very anxious, even when people are even just being normal, like they're not doing anything or they're even doing everything to show you that they can be trustworthy, but you're still not trusting them. That story is just like a basic story, just me letting you know that, I mean, people can just be living their normal lives and you can still be having trust issues, and it might not be because of what they're doing, but because of other things that you have, experienced in the past and you've not really like dealt with sort of. Anyway, it doesn't mean that I'm going to trust any stranger that I just met on the road. I'm just saying. But then, it just got me thinking really about still having to deal with trust issues. I don't think that it's something that would ever go away completely because, I mean, our life experiences kind of shape us and they get us to, they frame our decisions and, how our lifestyles and, things that we get to do, the decisions that we get to make and all that. So trust issues can stem from like, maybe being abandoned before or being manipulated before or, betrayal, things like that, regular experiences, people just lying to you or anything. And a few signs that would just show that you could just use to check yourself and just see whether you have trust issues. It could be from you being very protective. Now I noticed that I'm someone who can be really protective, not necessarily of human beings, but yeah, of human beings to an extent, but also of just even objects, things that I own. things that are like my properties, things like that, things that are just really basic. And I really just always try to catch myself. If I see that I'm really upset about or really guarding something, I'm like, you know what, leave it, let it break. Leave it, let it break or something, because at least when you break, you will rest. You stop being anxious. So yeah, you could be really overly protective or about, probably human beings or even objects, things that you have. You distance yourself from people a lot. Well, I don't say I'll completely say I distance myself like that, because I don't think I distance myself like that, because I think I'm much freer than I used to be. And then you avoid long-term commitments. True. And you also like, it's hard to forgive small mistakes. Ooh, yeah, to an extent, yes. And you also like, you're always like assuming that people are not, you're assuming the worst of people, basically. You're assuming that you're excessively obsessed about, how, or you're not obsessed. I say you're always suspicious. Yeah, that's the word. You're always suspicious of how people, are doing or what they're doing. I mean, this girl just opened the door for me, and I was really thinking different things in my head. I was like, huh, is she a bit? Is somebody following her? Is another following me and using that to distract me? All sorts of things were just going in my head. So yeah, you'll be very like wary of people. You'll be very suspicious, even without any evidence. I mean, there was really no evidence, but I was really just, I know there's just that thin line between you just trusting, and then that thing when they say follow your gut, or if it's my gut that's telling me, okay, these people might be shady and stuff, and I'm not listening. It's like I'm disobeying my gut. And then on the other hand, you also still have to relate with normal human beings, because I mean, everything in life is generally a risk. I'd say what I pretty much just got from that story, or from that experience, was that trusting people is a risk you just have to take as long as you're alive. You just have to trust people, and you just have to accept the fact that trusting people comes with a risk. It comes with them disappointing you. It comes with them letting you down. It comes with them it comes with things going south. I mean, it's just life. So you just still have to trust regardless. Like, you can't completely distance yourself from people or avoid long-term commitments or things like that simply because you don't want to trust. Because I mean, everybody that is on this planet, we are all just here to enjoy life. We're all just here to live, and you can't live without doing any of these things. You can't live without relating with people. Basically, no man is an island. So yeah, trust people. The only way to get rid of your mistrust is basically to trust people again. And even if you fail, or things go south, you still trust again. That's really the only way. The only way to find out that you can trust somebody is pretty much by trusting them. And I think after a few years ago, after like that's not a few years ago, quite a while. It's quite a while ago. I kind of just said this thing to myself, like, I trust people to an extent, but then I trust God more than I trust these people. I just trust God that even if things go south, it will kind of get me out of it. So even if someone disappoints me, or someone does something to me and I get depressed or I'm sad, God will bring me out of it, basically. So yeah, I just learned to trust people, but then trust God more than I trust these people. The only way to trust somebody, or to find out if you can trust somebody, is simply by trusting them. So yeah, trust somebody today. So if you're having issues with like trusting somebody, or trust a particular person, or maybe you've been hurt before, and then you're starting like meeting new people, or trying to make friends and all that, the only way to find out if you can trust them is simply by trusting them. And it might take a while to develop trust, and that's okay. I mean, it's okay for you to like wait for people to like earn your trust before you let loose or whatever. Before you relax or something, or let your guard down completely. I mean, you could take small steps there, but then you really can't do without actually giving them the chance. So yeah, learn to trust. Again, that's pretty much my message for today. Like I did last week or 2 weeks ago, it's time for you guys to like it's time for offering, so you guys can drop your offering into the offering basket, and remain blessed. Okay, thank the Lord for the word that I've brought to you guys today. Thank God for the word, and please trust again. Okay, keep putting yourself out there. That's the only way to live in this world that we live in. So yeah, learn to trust again. So that's my word for today. Okay, that's all I had to say today. Listen to the song if you like it. Good for you. If you have other songs that relate to trust, I mean, there are a bunch of other songs, but really, most. This was the most basic song that had nothing to do with romantic relationships, because I feel like that's pretty much what people talk about when they talk about trust issues. They just assume everything has to do with what goes on between a couple or something. Whereas, I mean, there's mistrust in friendship. There's mistrust in between parents and children, like a parent-child relationship. There's mistrust in family members. There's mistrust everywhere, work, colleagues, things like that. So yeah, this was like the basic song that I felt would just cover the entire thing, so that's why I chose it. So that's it for this week. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. I hope that you stay blessed and stay safe. Okay, see you guys in episode 11. Bye for now, guys. Bye.